This is code.org, and this is interesting. Investigate and modify. Run the program to observe the results. Quapow. Greetings, access granted. Then experiment with the program by making the following modifications. Change one line at a time. So guys, what this lesson is going to be going into is, well, private methods. So, what do you think will happen if hasAccess method of class X is changed to private instead of public? So, hasAccess, I'm now going to change to private. What's going to happen? Issues. Now, let's see here. System out has private class, error has access, has private access in class X. And what that means, guys, is a private method can only be run in the class itself. So I could run has access here, right? But I couldn't run it even if I instantiate a class over here. So that will cause issues. What do you think will happen if the parameterized constructor in class X is changed to private? This will also cause issues. And now it's going to give us two errors. Has private, error has access is private. So both of these are going to cause issues. We can no longer instantiate our class because our constructor, well, we can't run, let's see where this is coming from. My class Y, oh, interesting. Because class Y attempts to run the constructor of class X, the parameterized one, which is now private. So now this is also giving us an error. So let's see what we have here. In class Y, remove the argument for class X constructor. Call, okay, so I'm going to remove this in class Y. Now, this should actually work fine, because keep in mind, class X has a default constructor that does not take any, there's no parameters, it takes no arguments. So if I don't pass it a value, class Y should still have access to that method. And it does, but it's going to error out here. So now the error is only here. And to prove that to you, let me comment this out. See, the error now is just here. All right. Do you think a subclass? Oh, what can you conclude when a private class or method might be useful? It's useful to have a private method when you only want that logic to happen internally, when you want it protected, or if you're going to be using that method, however, you want to make sure other classes are built on top of it instead. So the class itself might not be able to use that method unless it's inside of it. So I need a new class, extend class.x. I'm going to go copy this, paste, extend class.x. And then I'm going to go ahead and, honestly, I'm going to copy, Control-C, this constructor. I need this name. Okay. I need a constructor, so just public, extend a class. Cool. Let me get rid of all that. And then I actually need to extend class X. And I might as well, this isn't actually necessary, but I'll just call super to show that I'm calling the constructor. This is a subclass, yep. Add the following code. So now I'm going to add this class, copy, or this method to it. Control V for paste or Command V if you're on a Mac. Run the program and observe the results. And so notice, even extending from the parent class, we are going to get an error. Unless you're using reflection, which is far beyond the scope of this course, you're not going to be able to run a private method in a subclass. And there are many reasons that you might want to do this. It's for data protection. Well, actually, we're going to see some of the reasons as we move through this. Private is powerful. It walls off a section of your program to only be used within the class itself. So, cool. Onward.